Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah. Do you use WordPress, Jane? Do you use WordPress to hide the link? Okay, so if you use WordPress, then I've always had the most success by going to get Pretty Links. Pretty Links is a plugin. It tends to be safe. Now you gotta, I always say this as a disclaimer, of course. You always test to see if it's still safe because I could have taught something 3 months ago and now it's just a hot mess. Yeah, okay, so you're using it. Okay, so that's what I would use, right? That's pretty much what I use. I just keep it in WordPress and I will hide that link inside of Pretty Links. Mhm. And I think that there's also one available in the platform. There's also that available too. A Trello board with all your affiliate links. Um, it's interesting because I'm not into politics, but there's a site called Drudge Report, and maybe about I'd say 8 or 9 years ago, there's a guy who put together a WordPress theme that he called the Drudge theme. And he probably all kinds of like copyright issues with it. I bought it, right? And so I was just going to set up all my affiliate links in that one place. Is a Trello board clickable? So if I come to your Trello board, will I be able to click directly on the links with one step? What do you use to collect all your affiliate links? Okay, yeah, you can. Um, what I have been using because they change, right? So um, this is kind of an interesting question. So uh, now, because I use pretty links, if the link is going to be fairly permanent, so I know that whatever I use for system is not going to change. So when I set that up in pretty links, that's pretty much there. I don't feel the need to go and put that in a spreadsheet because I know that. So all my permanent links like system.io, and I will, and this is probably not the best of systems, just so don't follow the system. But I name my links things that I'll remember. So system.io is system.io. I will always remember that. Um, I have an affiliate link for Teachable. So it's a plrshow.com/Teachable. I have one for Thinkific. So it's plrshow.com/Thinkific. So probably should use a spreadsheet, but in general, I know based on that. Now, you all who have been with me any length of time, you know that like I'll name the affiliate links when I'm promoting for a person after the person. So, for example, if I do Alice, right, and Alice and her last name, Alice S. Jonathan Tang, Jonathan T. So I probably, so I guess that's kind of my system. It would be, trust me, if Laura were doing this, there would be a spreadsheet, but she's not doing it. So it just, that's my system. Uh, let's see. So Sam's question is, on the topic of affiliate, is there one option to create them assign a go high level with the account? Yes, I think there is, Sam. I'm gonna write this down because I think there is a way to cloak that link. I did see that. So I will verify that. I don't think there is in system. I think there is one. There's a redirect in go high level, and let me verify that, and then I will post that in the replay. Good question. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is. Yeah, pretty sure there is. Okay, good question. Any other questions? Tough question next. All right, let me have it. Let me have it. Do I need my coffee, Jane? I'll get my glasses. I will do one. Am I going to do a membership site demo I will do one. Sure. That's of course. Yeah, I can do that. Um, tell me how you see your membership. So do you see your membership? Because there are a lot of different ways to do this inside of a Go High Level sub account. And you could do it so that, let's say you're going to do, let's say all AI courses. You could put all of the AI, you could put 3 courses in one membership product in Go High Level, or you can make each 20 video course a separate course. Regardless, it really depends on how you want to organize and what you want the experience to be for a viewer, and whether or not, because for some people, 20 videos in the course is too much. So they may say, well, I'm only going to let people watch 10 videos at a time in one course, right? So that dictates then how many that you put together. Okay, so if you do, let's say, an AI membership site, it depends on how much work you want to do. If what you want to do is you want to think about, what do I want people to do, and what path do I want them to follow? Because what you're really doing then, and this is what I really suggest people do, even though it's a lot more work, is to determine, because you're not married to one course. So if you got 2 courses, let's say you got ChatGPT, you've got Midjourney, and let's say you just want to focus on images and then video, and you think the path, and this is hypothetical, you think the path is from ChatGPT, you want to learn that, so you want to do 2 videos there, you then want to do Midjourney, 2 videos there, then want to do 2 videos in Claude, then your value, here's what most people are going to do. Most people are going to say, okay, ChatGPT course, Claude course. And because you have latitude, there are no limits, I think you path it out. So you think about, what's the best path that you want people to take? And then you get the individual videos. Again, it's a lot of work, but I think it's worth it for the customer, where what you're doing is you're deciding what experience you want them to have. And then along the way, you give them commentary. You tell them, well, hey, this is what's happening here. Maybe you want to give them a resource. Maybe you say, okay, here's the rest of the ChatGPT course. You may let them buy it from there, but what they're doing is they're walking through the course. And what a course is in a membership, just so that you'll know, for your customer, it is a way for you to introduce them to what else you have. So you shouldn't put everything in one place. What you're trying to do is you want to take them through a path, and at every stop point along the path, you provide an oasis. What's the oasis? Buy your other course. So in other words, well, hey, if you're going to write a script for an AI video, start with ChatGPT, and then you show them, you maybe get one video from ChatGPT, and you say, if this is something, how you'd say it, but you say, to learn more about ChatGPT, go to this link, and that's your link for the ChatGPT course. Even though you pulled out 2 videos and you pathed it into a course, and you're taking them down that path, and then the next oasis could be Claude. Here's a way that you want to say, I'm going to take the script out of ChatGPT, I'm going to put it in Claude because Claude writes better. However you do it, right? And that's the next oasis. And then you say, to learn more about Claude, go here to my link here. They click on the link, boom, they're at the checkout. In some cases, I would not even put them on a sales page. And you can test it. So if they click that link after hitting the oasis, after they've already seen the video, you can almost unsell them with a sales page, right? No matter what you say. If they're that interested at that point, you may want to test, send them to the checkout. So a course is a place where you develop on-ramps, or what I call oasis, or what's a plural of oasis? What's the plural of oasis? Dana, the plural oases. So you develop an oasis right? And then they hit the Oasis, they go off and they say, oh, I think I want to learn more about Midjourney. Boom, they click and they go to Midjourney. So you may want to develop in the course of, I say, 3, 4, or 5 videos, right? If you take the time to path it out, correct, yes, exactly. So overwhelm it. And I probably need to say this. I think Ultimate Insiders know this, but I probably need to say this to everybody. The idea is not to give people a course with 20 videos. The idea is to give people enough. It's really designed for you to path it, right? So you take different videos from different courses and you path your customer, and then you give them the opportunity to go and get the other courses as a reference, right? So they want to learn more about ChatGPT after they've experienced these 2 videos. They hit the Oasis, they go and get the other course on ChatGPT because they've already seen it, right? So a course is an excuse to show them what else you have. And a membership is an excuse for you to show them what are the paths you have, right? This is kind of an advanced concept, but this is one I've talked about. I probably haven't talked about exclusively because it takes a lot of time. I know that. But basically, if you will path, let's say 2 or 3 ways through your membership, because what happens is, let's say that somebody comes to your membership and they're into e-commerce. Well, do they need to watch all ChatGPT? Does that matter to them? ChatGPT doesn't matter to them, right? Does Midjourney? Not everything in Midjourney matters to them. What you're going to do though is you're going to take them down. So you say to them, "Hey, my e-commerce people, right? You send them down the e-commerce path. For your info product people, you send them down the info product path. For the Warrior Plus people, you send them down there for the Warrior Plus path." And so you develop these multiple paths that people can take through your membership, maybe 3 or 4 of them. What some people will do is they will stack them, right? So in other words, bronze level is path 1, path 2. Silver level is this path. So in other words, if they want both of these, they pay a little more. Gold level is boom, boom, boom. And these are all paths that you make up, right? You could set it up, and so this top tier pays a little more. So you're right. So really, if a person is willing to do a little work by pathing, then you're sort of giving them the value. That's where you provide value, and it's not just a membership. Because then, I mean, theoretically, you could, I don't like Facebook groups, but you could say, you take path 1, go to this Facebook group. Take path 2, go to this Facebook group. Take path 3, go to this Facebook group. And then you do it that way, right? You can interact with them that way. Now, you can do that inside of your platform, right? You can develop 3 communities. Now, the community element is not that robust. I think it's good enough for lack of not having. So it's not better not having anything. I think they fixed the one bad thing that there was, which was it didn't do notifications. Correct. No, right. So they could be a little knowledge, value about ChatGPT, and if they want to grow in this, right? You give them more paths to buy more paths to level up, right? Level up to something else. Level up. So yes, you entered it at this path, you entered it here. But if you want to grow, and you're talking about it, hey, join. And if you were a diamond member, I do this call once once a month, just with the diamond members, right? And so yeah. So really though, if you are willing to do that kind of work, then well, it's how, okay, so it depends on what you want to have them pay. I'd say that so I think if I'm correct, and you're working with local businesses, then I think if you keep it under 100, but not below 50, so that they trust it. So it's got to be someplace in there, right? And then if you do the initial level at 50 or 49, then maybe the next level up, you give them a special call. So you do they're invited to the general call. And then the private call, maybe it's for diamond. You could do one for diamond. You could do one for first level, right? You can do one for all. So the people diamond can obviously come to your first level call, but then you do a special call just for them. And maybe you do something a little different, right? I know some people will, right? Yeah, I know some people will. I haven't done this, and we just because of my schedule, I really want to do this. Where, uh, you know, you invite people on Zoom and you just have dinner, right? And you're having dinner and they're having dinner. I really want to do this with the insiders, and just logistically have not been able to figure out how they have time because I want World to be there. But that's the idea, right? It's not always like, hey, man, sometimes it's just, hey, you know what? You get your whatever you have, right? And we just kind of chill together, right? Um, correct, right? And what you just kind of it's kind of a mellow sort of, you eat together, and yeah, I mean, there's so many ways to do it, but the membership portion is where you put the effort in. So again, what most people will do is they will take the courses, they will put them there, but that's not going to keep them there. What will keep them there will be you and the glue that you provide. So that's where they get to experience you, and they get to know you, and you design a membership, right? And a membership takes design, and a membership gets designed over the course of years. So there are going to be some times when you say, I'm going to start down this thing, and then people start lose interest, then you go and move something else. But the membership is less about the functions. It's about the design, right? So the work is like, so the membership is more of the path you design and the experience you create, and less the stuff. Because here's what I think. And I think that once you get to a point or you sort of understand that audience that you're trying to get, I mean, you could tell them, it's coming in a week or two. It's not built yet, right? I generally don't do that. Just so you know, I'm not saying that you got to do that. I'm saying it's a matter of when you have people that them, and you're bringing in the people that you kind of understand them. It's about the elements, the leadership you offer, rather than the accoutrements, the stuff. Right. So it's design. So it's about the design. Yeah. So I can show you the technical part. Definitely. The work is going to be, right. So whether or not I can show you how to put the products in there. I can show you how to put how to set up the link. As long as though, and for those of you who are watching, let's say by archive, that you put the work into design, because the work is the design. It's the experience you design, and it takes years sometimes you design experience. Nobody knows out the box how an experience needs to be designed. Now, in general, what I will say is that internet marketers can go to something like school because we're sort of indifferent about experience to some degree, right? So you'll see there are a lot of groups over various places, Facebook, school, other places, and to some degree, like a marketer is going to be indifferent about that. They just want to get the information. But if you're talking about outside of us, right? Us that we're sort of hyper focused on like these things, then experience matters. The experience you design matters. the personal nature of it, right? There's a lot that you can't get away with outside of the make money. You can't get away with not designing the experience if you're going to have a membership outside of the make money online space. And they're not going to run you out of the rail. They're just not going to come, right? So it really will. Yeah, I will definitely do, and I will definitely do the technical part. But I think we need to start talking about design too, right? And there's a book called. This is not so much about the strategy, but there's a book called The Design of Everyday Things. I don't know who the author is. That's a good book to read. There's a book on community, and I will have to find that, because a lot of the discussion about online community is a little outdated, right? And some of it has to do with the pandemic. A lot of these books were written during the pandemic when people were locked in and they didn't have anything to do but sit around and talk about. And I guess I don't know if you've seen this. The CEO of Amazon said, "You all need to get back to work, right? We need you back in the office." And so, people are not going to be sitting around at home as much as they used to, right? At least younger people, right? Us people who have a little few gray hairs, we might be sitting around a little bit, but the younger people, man, the CEO of Starbucks said, "We're not going to tell you what days you have to come into work. We are going to tell you 3 of those days you got to be here." That's new, right? A lot of these companies are now saying, people, well, you want to work here, you need to come into the office. And so, a lot of books about community, they're written during 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. They're wrong. Not because the people are wrong, but because the context was wrong and people's mindset was wrong about community. I think now we're about to see what it truly means to establish and design a community. And there are no rules about that. The only rule there is for you to try to get to know your people. And sometimes it takes years to get to know people. I'm looking at Samuel Hassan. I've known Samuel for years. Jane, I've known you for years. Bane, I've known for years. Jeff, I've known for years. So none of this is gonna it's not gonna happen, right? It takes a while to kind of build the experience you want for the people you know. So I don't have to necessarily think so much. If I design something, I can see people. I can read their words in my brain, right? So yeah, to build what we want. Yeah, I can read words. I mean, I've got your words in my brain. I've got Dana's words. I've got who just talked to Hal. I mean, I've got all those words in my brain, and those are the words over the course of years, right? And I'm not even all that. The two of us. If somebody is to remember between Laurel and I, if somebody is to remember like a wedding or a funeral or a birthday or any of that stuff like that, that's Laurel. Right? I'm not that person. But even me, right, in doing this, it becomes just part of what you do. So yeah, be intentional about designing. I will show you the technical part, and if you're intentional about designing the experience and being willing to say, okay, that didn't work, that was a disaster, I'm gonna do something else. Okay, that was a disaster, I'll do something else. That was a disaster, I'll do something else. And keep trying stuff until something resonates, right? And sometimes something's not going to resonate until it resonates with you. And then when people kind of feel, okay, you like it, then they'll like it. I don't know if that's what you asked me. I don't even know. Yeah, I can't remember how I got onto that. But all right, any other questions? Any other questions? How to lead people into the membership? Okay, well, it depends on what you're offering, but basically, I still think that the best way is to get people to come to hear you speak or to experience you in some way. Now, I did answer it. Okay. Okay. I answered it. Yes. Yep. To the Oasis. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. All right. Any other questions? I appreciate your question, Jane, very much. I had to think about that. Any questions? Well, everyone, it is 7:38, and I think Dana is watching the Miami Hurricanes, so we're going to let her get back to her Hurricanes. I'm going to do a little more work tonight and do some homework tomorrow. And on Wednesday, we're going to do Google AI, and I'm going to cover Notebook LM, which is kind of this cool thing everybody's talking about. I'll give you something to kind of sell, and I'll give you something to sell. And and then I think on Saturday, I'm going to do something a little different called Create and Sell a Children's Book. Right. So this week, Google AI, Saturday is going to be Create and Sell the Children's Book. And with that, thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate you all hanging out here. Have a great night and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.